Good afternoon, friends, and welcome back to the homestead. So today I thought I would go ahead and take you on a small backyard garden tour and show you exactly what I have planted right now in the backyard garden. So let's head on in. All right, friends, so here inside the backyard garden, I've got a lot of things planted and they just started taking off this past week. I spent the last 2 days in here completely weeding out this whole garden. I wish I had taken a video before I did that, but it looks so good. Now I just got to maintain it because this is the time that the weeds are going to get out of control. All the rain we're going to be getting and all this heat is going to make those weeds grow really fast. So right now it looks absolutely beautiful in here because I really did a lot of work the last 2 days. So we'll go ahead and start with the perimeter right here and I'll show you everything that I got growing on this side. All right, so in here on the whole perimeter of this side, I've got some beautiful candy onions that are growing. I've got my strawberries. I've got a few radishes. I pulled most of my radishes out. I've got a few still left in there. I've got cosmos and a bunch of marigolds popping up. And I got my little garden helper here. See, all these beautiful marigolds are popping up. I'm so excited. Then back here, I've got some zinnias that are popping up. And then my mint that is taking off. That princess is walking all around. All the mint right here. Zinnias, cosmos. This should be really pretty in just another month or so with all these flowers blooming. A nice little patch of zinnias right here. More strawberries. And my asparagus. I've got quite a few asparagus popping up too. It's so pretty. All these onions, they're doing so good. Probably in the next couple days, I'm gonna come through and I'm gonna go ahead and just create a little well around my onions so that way they can start expanding out. My grapevines, I've got 3 grapevines. That's the second one and the third one. Unfortunately, all of my clusters that I thought I was gonna get dried up. So no grapes this year for me. Now down the middle of this backyard garden, this half right here is all tomatoes, and then that front half is all peppers. They're all looking really good. I got flowers starting on them, so hopefully I'll be getting some tomatoes pretty soon. All right, so these first 6 that you see right here, those are all Amish paste. Then I've got these 4 aroma tomatoes. This next row are my sweet 100s. So these are gonna be the little cherry tomatoes that are absolutely amazing. And then this last row are Brad's Atomic Grape, and they're looking really good. Next, we're gonna come into our peppers. So I found these 2 at Walmart, and these are called jalapeno. So jalapenos that are not hot, which is great for me because I love jalapenos, the flavor, but I don't like the heat. So I've got 2 of those. Then I've got an orange bell pepper, a red bell pepper, California Wonders, and some more California Wonders. I love bell peppers. These 2 right here are sweet banana peppers. So I've got bell pepper, bell pepper, bell pepper, bell pepper. All these 4 right here are bell peppers, and then those 2 are banana peppers. Now over here, I've got 4 of cricket neck yellow squash. And then I've got some okra growing back here. Back in this corner, I've got cucumbers. And then I've got hot peppers over here. These ones are serranos. And these are the hot jalapenos. And another jalapeno. I'm gonna get 2 more different kinds of peppers and I'll plant them in there. And then I've got 2 blueberries that I got from the extension office and 2 raspberries that I got from the extension office. I've got over here a peony and another peony. This one, nothing popped up, but it's got decent roots, so I'm just gonna let it be and just kind of baby it. All right, friends, so that is it for the backyard garden, what I've got planted in this section. I've got a raised bed over there, so we'll head over there and I'll show you what I got in my raised bed. This is a peony, my big old comfrey plant. And then here is my herb backyard raised beds. So I've got lemon thyme, a whole bunch of lemon thyme. This is from last year that just came back. My garlic, a volunteer sunflower. And then over here I've got some parsley, some more marigolds, some rosemary. This was last year's rosemary that came back. Some sweet basil, some more basil, lavender, and then over here, my holy basil. I'm so excited for this. I really want that to take off. And I think I'm gonna use these 2 raised beds here. I'm gonna put this one together, add soil to that one, as well as this big one right here. And to those ones, I am going to put my zucchini. I ran out of room in the backyard garden, so I figured I'm just gonna go ahead and plant my zucchini in the raised beds. They'll do just fine right there. So there we go. That is my backyard garden for June. I know it's gonna take off a lot more and it's gonna look really pretty probably towards the end of this month, so I'll do another garden tour with how well it's doing. Let's head on down to my raspberries because they are going crazy and I actually need to go ahead and pick some before the birds take them all. So let's head on down to my raspberry field. All right, friends, so as we head down here to the raspberries, I'm gonna stop at the blueberries. These I covered a few weeks ago and I showed you guys what I used to go ahead and cover them because I was worried that birds will end up eating them. And they're still doing really good. These are big blueberries that I got on here. Looks like I got one that's starting to turn colors. But look at how big these blueberries are. Those little mesh things are working just perfect for keeping the birds and bugs off of those blueberries. Now let's look at these raspberries. All right, look at these. Look at all these raspberries. There's so many of them. This is just one of the bushes. Look at all these ones. Deep in there, you see all that bright burgundy color. There's so many. All right, so I've got myself an old ice cream container, ice cream bucket. These are perfect for collecting berries in because it comes with a lid. You can carry it around. So let's go ahead and collect as many of these raspberries as we can. All right, friends, so when we are picking your raspberries, you just need to lightly hold onto the fruit and pull. You want to leave that intact and just take the fruit off. And you know they're ready when they come off really easy. If it seems really hard to pull them off, then they're not quite ready yet. The redder they are, the sweeter they are. And if you live in a snake-filled climate like I do, be careful. Snakes do love hanging out underneath raspberries and blueberries, raspberry and blackberry bushes. So just be mindful of your steps. Hey, Jared. Hey, handsome boy. All right, friends, look at that nice little cluster of raspberries I got here. So all these other ones that you see here, these are all blackberries. So these are not quite ready yet until they are nice and dark and black. But I've got a ton more raspberries on here. They're not quite ripe yet, so I'm going to give them a little while longer to darken up before I pick the rest of them. But there's so many in here. So many. And then you can see all those white blooms up there. Those are all my elderberries that I propagated and transplanted over here. Looks like I'm going to get quite a few elderberries this year. All right, friends, thanks for hanging out with me today on our first garden tour of the year. I hope you enjoyed this video, friends. And until next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends and family. As always, I hope all is well, and have a blessed day.